Hi everyone, I'm Alex Cosford. I'm Senior Program Facilitator at the Midland Early On Child and Family Center. Today, we're going to be looking at the second video in our Fun Kids Activities series. We're going to be looking at the science of planting and growing seeds from everyday tools you have around your house. All right, let's go over what you'll need. First, you're going to need some newspaper or flyers, something to put down on the table to keep all the mess manageable. Next, we're going to need some gloves, maybe keep your hands protected, or a cloth because some of our littles really don't like getting their hands all gooky and messy in the dirt. So gloves or a cloth, keep them handy. We're also going to need some seeds. So we may not have packages of seeds at home. There are some things that you can use from home during this time. This is an avocado pit. I pulled right out from the middle of an avocado. I also saved some green pepper seeds from the inside of your green peppers. And last year I saved some of the beans from my garden, so I've got some seeds inside of there to plant. And these are some nasturtium seeds I took from my plants last year when they seeded. So there's different things you might find around your house. Lemons have seeds in them, and oranges. You might find some seeds in tomatoes, or like me, some beans and green peppers. Today I am going to use some nasturtium seeds from a seed package. They're going to be pretty orange flowers. And some green bean seeds that I got from the store too. So that's what we're going to use today. Next thing you're going to need is something to put it in, something to plant it in. So you may not have a flower pot at home. That's all right. You can use a ceramic pot maybe that you have. There are also jars. You can plant all kinds of things in jars. Another idea is from a recycle bin, grab a yogurt container or a margarine container. Those can work too. And here's a neat idea. Maybe plant something like I did in an old mug. This might turn into an avocado. And the other neat idea we're going to try is planting inside all the little spaces in the egg carton. That can grow some seedlings too. So you're going to have seeds, you're going to have a pot, and you're going to want to put that pot on a plate or some type of surface to collect all the water that drains out of it. You don't want it to stay in the pot. If you don't have a plate that you want to use, there's lots of lids showing up in our recycling. You can use a recycling lid too. So we have our seeds, we have our pot. We're going to need a shovel of some kind. So maybe you don't have a gardening shovel inside. You can use a spoon. Don't use your mom's good spoon. Or maybe a plastic spoon. Or even a recycling little scoop cup. Just to work with soil. Now, maybe you don't have bags of soil. You could use potting soil or gardening soil. I grabbed some from my yard. Maybe there's some dirt showing up in your front gardens. I just pulled this from my front garden. That's what we're going to plant with today. If you don't have soil, if you don't have pots, you can even grow things inside a plastic bag with some water and paper towel in there. So we are ready to get started. Today, I'm going to plant in this little relish jar. And we have to make sure that we have water handy because we're going to want to water it when we're done. All right. First thing we're going to do is fill that pot with some soil. Nice and loose. Then we're going to press some holes. A couple little holes. A little bit. First knuckle of your finger deep. And we're going to put the beans in those holes. 3 little beans all planted. We're going to cover lightly with soil. We're going to add some water, and we're going to do the same for our nasturtiums. Be sure to come back in 2 weeks to see how these plants turn out. All right, I'm going to use my little cup to fill it with soil. There we go. The nasturtium seeds. Press them into the holes. Cover lightly with some soil. And then give them some water. And again, we'll come back in a few weeks and see how our plants turn out. So about 10 days ago, I did some of my own planting. These are what the beans look like now. Check them out. Make sure to mark on a little piece of paper or on a popsicle stick or a little piece of wood the name of the plant that you've put into the ground. These ones already have their leaves, nice tall stems, and a couple more are still sprouting up. These are the nasturtiums that I planted a couple of days ago, and they've come up. That's about 8 days worth of growing. They've got beautiful floppy leaves starting, and when they flower, they're going to be some lovely orange, yellow, red, floppy, happy flowers. And they have a couple more sprouting up in there too. It also says there's an avocado starting in this little pot, and he's going to take some time. So be patient if you plant an avocado pit. Here are some beans I planted into a plastic bag. And I don't know if you can see, they've already started to sprout. There's some green and stem and roots. We're going to keep watching how they do. So we're going to want to make sure our plants are kept in a sunny place, not too hot, but they would need some sunlight. And we want to make sure our pets don't get into them. So make sure they're up high and safe so that cats don't nibble on the leaves and the dogs don't knock them off the table. That's it for today. Make sure you watch next week. Margaret's going to have a video on self-regulation ideas for you and your family. And come back in 2 weeks to see how all our planting is going. Thanks. Bye.